Henry Olusegun Adeola Samuel, known professionally as Seal, is a British singer. He has sold over 20 million records worldwide. These include hit songs Crazy and Killer, the latter of which went to number 1 in the UK, and his most celebrated song, Kiss from a Rose, which was released in 1994. Seal is renowned for his distinctive soulful singing voice. Seal has won multiple awards throughout his career, including 3 Brit Awards. He won Best British Male in 1992. He has also won 4 Grammy Awards and an MTV Video Music Award. As a songwriter, Seal received 2 Ivor Novello Awards for Best Song musically and lyrically from the British Academy of Songwriters, Composers, and Authors for Killer and Crazy. He was a coach on The Voice Australia in 2012 and 2013, and returned to Australia to work as a coach in 2017. Early life. Henry Olusegun Adeola Samuel was born on February 19, 1963 at St Mary's Hospital in Paddington, London, to a Nigerian mother, Adebisi Ogundeji, and an Afro-Brazilian father, Francis Samuel. He was raised by a foster family in Westminster, London. He received a 2-year diploma in architecture and had various jobs in the London area. Music career. Early career. In the 1980s, Seal spent a short time singing in local clubs and bars. In 1987, he joined Push, a British funk band, and toured with them in Japan. In Thailand, he joined a blues band for a while before separating from the group and journeying throughout India on his own. He returned to England, sleeping on the couch of friend Julian Bunster, then a model. He sometimes asked him, "Do I sing well?" to which he often received the response that he sang better than most current artists. He then met producer Adamski, in which Seal provided lyrics and vocals on Adamski's single Killer. Initial success, 1990s. Killer eventually reached number 1 in the UK. Seal subsequently signed to ZTT Records and released his self-titled debut album in 1991. 2 versions of the album are known to be in circulation, the original pre-mix version and a second, more common version with an updated mix. This is attributed to the demand for a produced single rushing the final album edit, and as Seal puts it, producer Horn's inability to let go. Seal was positively received by critics. The singles Crazy, Future Love Paradise, and his own rendition of Killer performed well on the charts. In particular, Crazy became an international hit in 1991, reaching number 2 in the UK singles chart and number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the US. Seal stole the show at the 1992 Brit Awards held at the Hammersmith Odeon, London, with the first hat-trick of wins in the history of the event. He won in 3 categories: Best British Male, Best British Video, and Best British Album. In 1992, Seal appeared on the Red Hot Organization's compilation CD Red Hot and Dance, contributing an exclusive track Crazy. The album, featuring George Michael and Madonna among others, raised money and awareness in support of the AIDS epidemic by donating all proceeds to AIDS charities. After Seal regrouped with Trevor Horn, his second album, also self-titled, was released in 1994. A success, the album featured the singles Prayer for the Dying and Newborn Friend, and later received a Grammy nomination for Album of the Year. Prayer for the Dying became a minor pop hit in the US, peaking at number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100. A third single, Kiss from a Rose, performed modestly when released, but was later featured to much wider popularity when it was remixed for the soundtrack to Batman Forever. Kiss from a Rose won a Grammy Award for Record of the Year and Grammy Award for Song of the Year in 1996, becoming Seal's best-performing single on the US market and hit number 4 in the UK. In 1998, Seal released Human Being. The album was the product of a turbulent time in his life, including a split and later reconciliation with producer Horn, as well as Seal's parting with ZTT Records and his signing with Warner Brothers Records in 1997. The record was panned upon its release. It received gold record certification by the RIAA just 2 months after its release date. The album provided 3 singles, Human Beings, Latest Craze, and Lost My Faith. 2000s. In 2001, fans awaited the arrival of a new album, announced as Togetherland. After a protracted post-production period, the album was cancelled. The official word was that Seal simply did not think it made the grade, although this conflicts with other reports that said the album was turned down by the label because producers felt the album would not be commercially successful. Even so, 1 single was released from the album. This Could Be Heaven was released in the US and featured on the Family Man soundtrack. Since December 2006, Seal has indicated that he has plans to excerpt cuts from Togetherland and make them available for streaming download. Meanwhile, Seal CO wrote and provided vocals for the hit single My Vision from Jakarta in 2002. He also recorded a successful duet with French singer Mylène Farmer called Les Mots during that same period. Also in 2002, Seal lent his vocals to the song You Are My Kind, the 4th track on Santana's album Shaman. In 2003, Seal released his 4th album Seal 4. Although it never achieved the sales figures of either of his first 2 albums, this release brought him back into the public eye in the United States and continental Europe. Singles from the album include Waiting for You, Get It Together, and Love's Divine. This single was released in 2004 and was a big hit in several European countries. In 2004, a greatest hits album entitled Best 1991-2004 was released, including a cover of the Bacharach/David classic Walk On By and a cover of Echo and the Bunnymen's song Lips Like Sugar. An edition of the album was available that included an extra CD with acoustic versions of some of Seal's hits. Also in 2004, Seal performed shows at the Olympia Theatre in Paris. The show of July 6, 2004 was recorded and released about 1 year after as a CD/DVD package, simply titled Live in Paris. In June 2005, Seal recorded a concert which was subsequently released in 2006, entitled One Night to Remember, as a CD/DVD combination. The DVD includes a making-of documentary in addition to the live performance. Recorded in a historic steel mill, the Altes Kessel House, in Düsseldorf, Germany, this performance includes a version of Brahms' Lullaby which Seal sings in German and then in English. Unlike earlier recordings in which Seal is accompanied by his band, a full orchestra and choir of 52 musicians accompanies the singer. System was released in the UK on November 12, 2007 and in the US on November 13, 2007. Seal describes the album as more dance-oriented, apparently a return to the roots of his first album. On the track titled Wedding Day, Seal sings a duet with his then-wife, model Heidi Klum. The album's first single, Amazing, was released on September 25, 2007, and was nominated for the Best Male Pop Vocal Performance Grammy at the 2007 50th Annual Grammy Awards. Seal performed Amazing and the Beatles' Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds at the 2007 Royal Variety Performance. Seal also performed Amazing at the 2007 Victoria's Secret fashion show in December, as well as the duet Wedding Day with his wife. Other performers at the 2007 Victoria's Secret fashion show include the Spice Girls and Will.I.Am of the Black Eyed Peas. He appeared on the American Idol Season 7 finale, singing with third-place contestant Sayesha Mercado. Seal's sixth studio album, Soul, was released on November 3, 2008 internationally and on November 11, 2008 in the US. It contains 11 soul classics produced by David Foster. The first single was a cover of Sam Cooke's song A Change Is Gonna Come. On March 14, 2009, Seal performed a song from the album and coached the participants on the Top 9 show of the 6th season of the German TV show Deutschland sucht den Superstar. On December 4, 2009, Hits, a compilation album, was released. It contains 2 new tracks, I Am Your Man and Thank You. 2010s. Seal's 7th studio album, Seal 6, Commitment was released on September 20, 2010 internationally and September 28, 2010 in the US. The first single Secret was released August 10, 2010 on iTunes in the US and in the UK on September 13, 2010. This album was said to be inspired by his wife, Heidi. On November 7, 2011, Seal released his second cover album of classic soul songs, Soul 2 through Reprise Records. Seal soon after began work on a new album, initially entitled Let Yourself, produced again by Horn. In February 2015, Horn said the album was nearly finished. Seal later re-signed to Perfect Songs and had a 2-week writing period in Horn's Los Angeles studio booked for October 2012. Stuart Copeland said that month on his Twitter feed that Trevor Horn and LOL Creme were working with Seal on a project. In April 2013, Seal said on Twitter that the new album would be released in about June, and that tracks to be included were Let Yourself, Do You Ever, and Laying with an Angel. The album was later retitled Beautifully Scarred. On September 10, 2015, Seal announced that the album, now named 7, would be released on November 6, 2015. Seal released the album Standards in November 2017. The album was produced by classical crossover composer Nick Patrick. It received a nomination for Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album at the 2018 Annual Grammy Awards. Other projects. Jeff Beck and Seal performed a cover of Manic Depression for the 1993 album Stone Free, a tribute to Jimi Hendrix. Seal also contributed vocals to a cover of John Lennon's Imagine for the 2010 Herbie Hancock album, The Imagine Project, along with P.N.K., India.Airy, Jeff Beck, Kanano and Degree 1, Demu Sanger and others. In 2012, Seal was one of the 4 vocal coaches in the first season of the Australian version of the reality singing competition The Voice. He was the coach of the series winner Karis Eden. Seal returned to The Voice Season 2, which debuted on April 7, 2013, where he became the winning coach once again, coaching eventual winner Harrison Craig. He did not return for the 3rd season in 2014, with the 9 Network stating that Seal will take a break from the 3rd season of The Voice to focus on music and material for a new album. Channel 9 announced on November 8, 2016 that Seal would be returning alongside Delta Goodrem to The Voice as a coach in 2017, replacing Jessie J after a 3-year hiatus. On November 15, 2014, Seal joined the charity group Band Aid 30 along with other British and Irish pop acts, recording the latest version of the track Do They Know It's Christmas, at Sarm West Studios in Notting Hill, London, to raise money for the 2014 Ebola crisis in West Africa. Seal was cast as Pontius Pilate in Tyler Perry's musical rendition of The Passion, which aired on Fox on March 20, 2016. Personal life. The prominent scarring on Seal's face is the result of a type of lupus called discoid lupus erythematosus, which affects the skin and leaves large scars. Seal's brother, James Samuel, better known as the Bullets, is also an accomplished singer-songwriter. Seal first began dating German model Heidi Klum in February 2004, shortly after she announced her pregnancy and end of relationship with Italian Formula One team manager Flavio Briatore. Seal proposed to Klum on December 23, 2004 in a quinzhee he had built on a glacier in Whistler, British Columbia. On May 10, 2005, the couple married on a beach in Mexico near Seal's home on Costa Caries. Every year during their marriage, Seal and Klum renewed their vows on their anniversary with close friends and family. About these renewals, Seal said in 2010, "Each year, Heidi and I get remarried. It's a great party, but for about an hour, we go off on our own down to a private beach. We sit there with the kids and read vows to each other as the sun sets. It's a very special moment to us." In November 2009, Klum officially adopted Seal's surname and became legally known as Heidi Samuel. On June 11, 2009, Seal, on tour with his new album Soul, revealed, "It is nice to be in newspapers and magazines for something other than my marriage." He said his marriage to Klum may take away the attention, but does not detract from what he loves doing, making music. In February 2011, Klum praised Seal for his good parenting skills. "When I first met Seal, he had a kindness and compassion that was so sincere I knew he'd be a good father. He has infinite amounts of love and patience for our kids. He puts me and the children first." Klum also remarked how lucky she was to have a husband like Seal. Klum gave birth to Briator's daughter in May 2004 in New York City with Seal at her side. According to Klum, Briator is not involved in fathering duties, and Klum has stated emphatically that Seal is the girl's father. Seal is her only father figure and he has praised Briator for keeping his distance. In late 2009, Seal officially adopted Klum's daughter, and her last name was changed to Samuel. The couple have 3 other children, 2 sons Henry Gunter Ademola Dashto Samuel and Johan Riley Fyodor Taiwo Samuel, and a daughter named Lou born in October 2009. On January 22, 2012, Seal and Klum announced that they were separating after nearly 7 years of marriage. Klum filed for divorce from Seal on April 6, 2012. Their divorce was finalized on October 14, 2014. Controversy. In October 2011, Seal came under criticism from human rights groups for appearing at an event in Grozny, Chechnya, that turned into a birthday celebration for Ramzan Kadyrov, the president of Chechnya. Also appearing at the event were the actress Hilary Swank, actor Jean-Claude Van Damme, and violinist Vanessa Mae. The New York-based Human Rights Foundation claims that it sent letters to invitees in advance of the event noting Kadyrov's record and asking them to decline the invitations. Human Rights Watch sent an inquiry to Seal regarding his performance at the event and released a statement about the incident that said, "Ramzan Kadyrov is linked to a litany of horrific human rights abuses. It's inappropriate for stars to get paid to party with him. It bolsters his image and legitimizes a brutal leader and his regime. And getting paid to be part of such a lavish show in Chechnya trivializes the suffering of countless victims of human rights abuses there." Seal refused to apologize for appearing at the event, sending a message from his Twitter account telling people to leave me out of your politics. Seal was reported to have made $500,000 for singing at the party. Charity work. In April 1992, Seal performed with the surviving members of the rock band Queen at the Freddie Mercury tribute concert held at Wembley Stadium. Seal performed on his own, singing the 1986 hit Who Wants to Live Forever and joined the rest of the acts for the all-star finale singing We Are the Champions. On March 10, 2012, Seal shared the stage with Kanye West, Soul Rebels Brass Band, and Snoop Dogg at Brad Pitt's Night to Make It Right Foundation New Orleans After Party, hosted by comedian Aziz Ansari. The charity event, hosted by Ellen DeGeneres, raised money to build homes for victims of Hurricane Katrina. Other work. He performed in 2003 the song Mona Lisa for the film Mona Lisa Smile. Seal and his then-wife Heidi Klum announced in June 2010 that they would be making a reality series on Lifetime titled Love's Divine. Seal was also a judge for the 10th Annual Independent Music Awards to support independent artists' careers. In 2016, Seal portrayed himself in the mockumentary film Popstar, Never Stop Never Stopping. In this film, Seal claims that his facial scars were the results of an encounter with wolves. In 2017, Seal was a guest judge for Season 12 of America's Got Talent. He pushed the golden buzzer for singer Johnny Manuel. Seal competed on the second season of The Masked Singer as Leopard. He finished in 4th place. Seal collaborated with Clapton on the song Just a Ghost, released in 2021. Seal guest-starred in the 2021 animated film Seal Team, where he voices a singing Cape Fur seal named Seal Seal. On April 29, 2022, Seal appeared as a masked international star on the 3rd season of The Masked Singer France, performing With or Without You by U2 while dressed as a cowboy. Discography. Studio albums. Seal. Seal. Human Being. Seal 4. System. Soul. Seal 6, Commitment. Soul 2. 7. Standards.